It has arrived. MLB The Show 16. It has finally arrived, and we are here starting the Road to the Show series that I promised you guys yesterday will be coming. As I said in yesterday's vlog update video, that we will have a Road to the Show going on, and that will be the main MLB series until the franchise, the Athletics franchise, comes out. And then once that comes out, this will be like a second upload of the day type thing like I did with the Pro-Am. So, as you can see in front of you, our created player for Road to the Show is Aldo Sweet. Now, who exactly is Aldo Sweet? Well, I'm sure you can see the guy has a Fu Manchu, sideburns, and slicked back long hair. So, the whole story behind this guy is that my good friend Burns, you guys should know Burns, he's a fellow YouTuber. He was playing UFC in his career mode, and he was streaming it so me and a couple buddies could watch. So, we were watching it, and a guy he was fighting against was named Aldo Sweet. And Aldo Sweet had he was a white guy with a big blowout fro and a Fu Manchu. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of 70s flair to 70s style. I'm just a huge fan of 70s in general. 70s rock, 70s everything is what I love. It's just awesome, in my opinion. I love doing that stuff. So I felt like, hey, why not do that for my Road to the Show this year? Just kind of hit me, spur of the moment thing, and I'm rolling with it. I'm going with it, and I'm feeling it. So Aldo Sweet is going to be a shortstop. And unfortunately, this game doesn't exactly have a blowout fro option. So instead of that, we're going with the slicked back hair, because I feel like slicked back long hair, sideburns, and Fu Manchu is pretty 70s enough. And I think he looks pretty solid. And, yeah, so, without further ado, let's hop into some action. And here we are at the Bowman Scout Day. There's a new option this year in the Road to the Show mode, and that is this Bowman Scout Day. It's basically, you show up, you take, like, if you're a position player, you take, like, a batting practice to get judged by scouts on, and then you take fielding drills to be judged by scouts on. And basically they grade you on the 20 to 80 scale, which I think is pretty awesome that they have the 20 to 80 grading scale in this game because, well, that's the real grading scale, and I'm a big fan of realism, so that's a plus. And the thing about this batting practice that you guys will notice, I'm only going to show a couple from the batting practice feeling, because there's a lot of pitches and a lot of ground balls and stuff you take. So, the thing with the batting practice is this coach was throwing, it felt like he was throwing like 75 to me, like not even. Like this guy was throwing like Little League speed. And I was just pulling everything, so I just hopped straight into the game, I was just pulling everything. And let me see, we have the fielding evaluation here, and it tells you what you gotta do, so field ground balls to your left. I get to that one pretty quickly, but I guess I wasn't used to the timing of the throwing, so I had a yellow release, and it was offline. And taking these ground balls made me realize that we are going to need to work on Aldo Sweet's fielding abilities, because he is mainly a fielding player. His fielding attributes are pretty much his best ones. His hitting isn't that high up there yet. I think he has like 2 bars in hitting and contact and power. He has I think 4 in fielding, 3 in arm strength, and like 2 in speed. So as of right now, he's more of a fielding type shortstop, but we will get the power and the contact up there eventually. But right now, he is more of a fielder, and we're definitely going to need to work on his arm strength to get that whipped across the infield quick enough. So there you see the 20 to 80 grade for contact, power, speed, fielding, and all that. It looks like he is about like a, what is that, like a 45, 40, 50 for contact, and then like a 40 for power. And then like a 50 for speed, and they have me rated at like a 75 for fielding, and then like a 65 for arm. So there is the current what your actual stats are at, and then I guess what you're actually performing at, and the scouts have you at. So that's pretty cool to look at. So let's hop straight into this game 1 of the Amateur Showcase. As you guys know, this thing has been around for a couple of years. It's pretty much you play, what is it, 2 or 3 games? I think it's 2 games? You play 2 games. And then you hop into the draft, or you pick a team to be drafted by, and then you go straight into your career. So Aldo Sweet here, hitting, what was that, 8th? And we're playing shortstop, obviously. So, in the top half of the second here, runner on first and second, and we're going to ground this one right at the third baseman. He fires over to second, and Aldo Sweet's retired. So he comes up later on in the game. Here's the top half of the 5th here. Aldo Sweet, still no hit. And that's a little dribbler up the middle, fielded by the shortstop, fired across the infield, and once again, no hit for Aldo Sweet. So he's coming up here 0 for 2 in the top half of the 6th. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. And that was going to be taken opposite way into left field, but I just don't have enough power to do anything with that as it's right at the left fielder. And now we're in the field here, the bottom half of the 6th. Ground ball right to me. Field it perfectly, fire across the infield, and get the guy. I can hit those throws pretty consistently, but when it comes to anything that's like I have to beat out a fast runner, it's just not, like, I was really surprised I turned this double play here, because we need to turn those super fast, like bang, 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 for those things to go, because my arm strength is just not very good right now, but we're going to improve that. So, here we are in the 8th. As I rip this one into left center field, but once again, not enough power to do anything with it. Just not enough speed or velocity on that hit for it to get into the warning track. As in our first game against the Central team, we go 0 for 4 on the day. We do get a couple good fielding opportunities, so once again, just proving to the scouts we're a fielder and not a hitter so far. So let's hop in here into Game 2. I believe this is against the Eastern Prospects. And here we are yet again. I'm actually not sure if that was top or bottom of the inning when we were up. But, yeah. What, is it top? I think it's top of the second here. So it's first and second. I'm still not sure how to read this new scoreboard they have. First and second here. I rip one into right center field, but once again, not enough power or velocity on that hit to get it into the right center field gap. So instead we just get solid contact. Now we're in the field here. Ground ball to me. Whipped across the infield, and we just barely get the guy. My great reaction, apparently, was enough to make up for that. If I had a good reaction, he probably would have beat it out. So here we are in the 4th, and I'm finally getting a hit. That's the first hit of Aldo Sweet's Prospect Showcase, and it's going to be a little single that means nothing, basically. So, Aldo Sweet finally has himself a hit, so 1 for 2 on the day here with a single and a run here in the 6th. We're up 5 to 4, runner on first, and plunk, lean right into that one. Aldo Sweet got plunked by that one right on the shoulder, turned his back right into it. Luckily, he's not hurt, so 1 for 2 now with a single, and then also the hit by pitch. So here we are on the 8th, still up 5-4, nobody on. I'm swinging, I think it was first pitch. Got to be more patient is something I did not do a very good job of in this Prospect Showcase, was being patient. And it showed because he only had 1 hit the entire showcase. We went 1 for 3 that game. And things just did not go well. So now we are here at the MLB Draft where dreams happen. And now I didn't show it, but I was projected to go middle rounds in this draft. So, Aldo Sweet, shortstop. Let's see where the guy gets drafted.
With the 16th pick in the 3rd round, the Cleveland Indians select Aldo Sweet, a shortstop from the West region.
And you heard it here first, folks. Aldo Sweet has been drafted by the Cleveland Indians in the 3rd round, I think 16th pick of the 3rd round. So Aldo Sweet is going to be going into Double-A with the Cleveland Indians as playing for the Akron Rubber Ducks, which, may I add, is the coolest name of a minor league team ever. Pretty silly name, but it's also awesome. And I'm going to really enjoy playing for a team called the Rubber Ducks. I also found it quite interesting how all their minor league affiliates in this game in Double-A and Triple-A are in Ohio with Columbus and Akron there, which is quite interesting. And now I'm sure some people are going to be like, well, why are the Indians drafting a shortstop here? Well, this is the MLB. This isn't the NFL. This isn't the NBA where you draft based on need over value. This is the MLB where it's never a guarantee that someone's going to be great, and just the scouting is so much more difficult than it is in any other sport, really, that you can't account for what people are going to do in the minors and stuff, so you basically just draft on value. And yeah, so I guess we were the best valued pick there in the 3rd round, 16th pick. So they took us, even though they have Lindor at short, and our second position is second, and they have Kipnis there. So you never know what could happen, but we are in the same position as Francisco Lindor right now. But that's not too bad, as we still have some time to work through the minors, and we're nowhere near the big leagues right now anyway, because we're like a 50-something overall, and we definitely need to work on our hitting and all around just be a better player until we can get there. So that's going to wrap things up here for this first episode of The Road to the Show. Don't forget to tune next time here for episode 2, as in that episode we will be taking on our first few games in Double-A with the Akron Rubber Ducks. So, I've been your host, Jersey Ward, and I'm saying goodbye.